Hey, what's up, guys? So a little bit about the workout before I start to ramble. So this was my first bench session on the Juggernaut method. 5 sets of 10 with 165 pounds was what I was supposed to do with an AMRAP, as many reps as possible on the last set. So with these sets of 10, you're using 60% of your training max, which when you first start running the program should be around 90% of your actual 1 rep max. So the last time I went heavy on bench, I got 300 pounds. So I would say that's my 1 rep max. So my training max for this cycle, this wave, is 270 pounds. Like with squats, I've never really done sets of 10 before, so I was kind of going into unknown territory, so to speak. And the great thing about not writing your own program is that it really forces you to go outside of your comfort zone, because you're basically training using ideas and concepts that are from someone else's perspectives. So you may try things that you may never think of trying on your own. When I eventually move on to another program or write my own, I'll be able to draw from my experiences and insight from this program. I did the same thing with the Texas method, and I got a lot out of it. I ran it with minimal adjustments, made a ton of gains, then I modified it, and then milked it even further. It's just like how good writers have read a ton of books, good musicians have listened to a ton of music, good architects have studied a bunch of designs, etc., etc. They just study everything, and then by the time it's time for them to create something, they're drawing from a wealth of knowledge from people that came before them. So I'm really excited about what I'll get out of this program. The worst possible scenario, the worst thing that could happen, is that I figure out what doesn't work for me and what I don't like. So this is kind of in defense of program hoppers out there, all the program hoppers out there. I would just recommend that you stick to a program for at least 3 months. The Juggernaut method is a 4-month-long program, so that's a pretty decent commitment. And I would also recommend that you just keep a bigger goal in mind. So my bigger goal that I have in my mind is just to get a better total, a bigger total. So as long as I don't backtrack or screw around too much, there's plenty of different roads to get to that end goal there. Also, every time you run a new program, there's a period where you have to adjust to everything and get a feel for the program. And that takes time, and during that time you may not make much progress while you're trying to still get adjusted to everything and try to figure everything out. So it'd be a good idea to try to avoid this as much as possible. And then once you settle into an actual program, just milk it for all it's worth before moving on. This was my last set here. I got 15 reps on the AMRAP set. It was easy peasy. I even managed to do it with pauses and with a longer pause on the last rep there. With squats, maybe I was having an off day or something, but I didn't even want to bother going over 10 reps. And during the accumulation phase, AMRAP actually means as many as possible while still leaving 2 to 3 in the tank. So I definitely felt like I achieved that there on that set. And I didn't get to film many of the other lifts because I just kind of forgot and was short on time. But here are some dips. I saw some Chinese weightlifters do these with the weights behind them, and I wanted to give it a try on my last set here. I feel like it helped me keep my torso a little bit more upright, which puts the focus a little bit more on the triceps, but that's about it. And then here are some just the chin-ups that I did between all my accessory exercises. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.